keeping a trad wife is expensive.
Yeah.
Like, it's very expensive. You'll be the only one who brings in the income, who brings in money. You pay for the rents, for the gas, for the management of the house, fees and everything, maybe bills and everything. So if anyone wants to be a husband, a traditional husband, then he should be ready to be a traditional husband, financially, mentally, socially, and even physically. Because I've seen a video of a woman who says her husband is a traditional husband, but he's never at home because he claims he's always working to bring, he's doing like 3 jobs to bring money. But why do you want to suffer to work 3 jobs when your wife can take 1 job? Just simply because you don't want her to go out for other men to see her. Or
and those men should not even have a wife, traditional or not.
Yeah.
But those type of men are very few in the society, especially today.
No, we are talking about, because it's becoming a trend, and there are so many trad wife influencers. And one example, I always talk about her all the time. There is one trad girl. She's not married. You know Pearly Thingz?
Yeah.
Pearly Thingz is not married. She doesn't have a real boyfriend, but she's pushing trad wives, like the whole idea, more than even trad wives, more than even married women.
But she's an extremist. Like she's
an extremist. No, it's not 1%. Pearly Thingz has millions of followers, and they are all men. And these men, all in the comment section, when you watch it, when you look at it, the men are saying, I'm looking forward to have this kind of lifestyle.
But
and you know, it's the red pill. You know about the red pill. They preach trad wives. I want a trad wife, blah, 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 blah. But they don't know how to be trad husbands.
Yeah, those men, like, that's a different, those men are incels.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
I would say so.
Yeah. And even Candace Owens, one example. Candace Owens, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's everywhere.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's pushing trad wives. She's like, if I had the opportunity, I would be a trad wife. What opportunity is she looking for? She has a husband who is also working, and she's got 3 kids. But she is the champion of pushing this whole idea of being a trad wife.
Yeah.
She's always on campuses, on podcasts. She's everywhere. I mean, if she gives birth today, the next day you see her on a podcast.
Yeah.
But you're pushing something that you cannot live it yourself.
Exactly.
This is what you're selling to other young women. You're selling to other people. Yeah. But you cannot do it. Why don't you practice what you preach?
This would be a good interview to have actual tradition, like people living that life that are happy.
To interview people.
I'm like, I feel like you
would very difficult to see them.
They are not even. I'm not sure there's any trad wife around.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
But I think there's a point that you brought which is really relevant to this discussion. You talked about how there are some women who are working 9 to 5 and they still have to take care of their household work. And I am an example of that kind of woman, because I go to work, but I still make sure I come back, I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to take care of my kids, even though I get help from my husband. But I have to do like 2 jobs. I have to go to my work, I do that, but that's unpaid for. But thank God, I'm a semi-trad wife.
That's what this episode is about.
I'm a semi-trad wife because I have a husband who helps. Like, he helps me to do some of the things.
You're not a trad wife. No, you can't.
No. That was like fun. That was comic relief. I'm not a trad wife, but I'm just saying, like, it's exhausting too sometimes when you are doing like your job and you're doing the traditional duties of being a wife.
Yeah.
So that's discussion for another day, but it's kind of somehow relevant to this topic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's my conclusion to this. I'm just talking about Candace Owens. If you're someone like all the trad wife influencers, they are fake. They're not living the lifestyle they're selling to everyone. Candace Owens is a big example. Guys, we've seen her. She was married. She gave birth to kids. 2 weeks, she's already running around, jumping from one podcast to another.
Yeah.
So
I think, like anything, if you really want to know someone who's doing that thing successfully, because people with personal brands on the internet and like the we know what it's like to make content. That is hard work.
So that's a job already. You are not a trad wife
at all.
It's already a job.
And it makes money, and so that's
and they make lots of money.
All right, I saw this video like most people several days ago, and I have not been able to stop thinking about it since. This video really struck a chord with me because it's what happened to me. I am 27. I got divorced at 26 after I had done the trad wife thing. I got married at 19. I had 3 babies, and I was a stay-at-home mom. I dropped out of college. I didn't have a job. So at 20, we separated when I was 25. So at 25 years old, I had nothing. I didn't have an education. I didn't have a work history. Because of those 2 things, when we went to court over custody of our kids, he was able to point to those. He asked me for the divorce. He fought for custody of the kids. Given I had stayed home and taken care of these kids as my full-time situation for 6 years. And he was able to say, you know, she doesn't have a job. She doesn't have an education. She lives with her mom and dad. She can't take care of these kids, and he got primary custody of our kids. And so every video that I see now of trad wives, and people idealizing this lifestyle, it makes my heart break. It like hits a chord with me because I did everything right. I did all the things you were supposed to do. Stay home and raise your babies and do all of that. And in the end, I got left out on my ass with nothing. I did not get my kids. I did not have a job. It was very difficult for me to get a job when you don't have a work history or an education. Very hard to get a job that can pay your bills when you do that. And so when I first saw this video, I literally have not been able to stop thinking about it because this is real life. This can happen to you. You know, thinking, oh, he's my husband, whatever, may not protect you in the long run. Like, when you have nothing. So this is like a PSA to women that like that can happen to you. I know there's a lot of misconceptions out in the world that like, oh, moms always get custody, judges default to moms. Well, the fact of the matter is, like, if you have just been a mom this whole time and he fights for those kids, he puts up a fight, he has everything in his favor because he has the financial means to raise children and you don't. When he puts you out, like what happened to me. So just think about that, ladies. Think about the reality of that because it's literally heartbreaking and it's so hard to build your life up after that.